Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go, Matthew LaPrade, 4 in a row in the Chargers division.
Very nice drive.
4
Good
days,
commentary.
4 wins.
So I think if you see him tomorrow, or even today later on, what's his lucky charm? Is he wearing the same socks? Is he always touching a helmet? Is he doing this? What is he doing that he feels is his good luck? Well, we got semi-pros coming up. Michael Crafton and Aiden Christensen going to be the front row. Mitch Wright, Isaac Kitzmiller, row number 2. Dylan Faulkner and Chase Van Houten, row number 3. London McKenzie and Cooper Gall will be featured in row 4. Preston Risley and Brody Gunter rounding out the first 10. Cole Roby and Jesse Martinez, row number 6. Ayrton Brockhouse, Chase Bergeron in row 7. Canton Woodbridge, Josh Parsons, row 8. Sam Mazzo, Hunter Jordan, row 9. Josh Lowe and Devin Deshays rounding out the first 20. And we've got 4 more to go after this. Cameron White, Stephen Brucker, and Nicholas Bocaley and J.T. Poole going to round out the field.
Round 4 for these, and like we've said all week, 39 entries for this class here, and only 24 make the race. So even making the A main is a huge feat for all of these drivers.
It really is. This is by far the most difficult of the features to make because of the large group of racers, and then just making it. Look at what JT has to go through, starting from tail end of this one. He started from the tail end of the heat race, made it through, but it's a whole lot tougher group up in front of him.
And for those that are watching on Facebook, we are on our live look-in. You get a shot of the semi-pros. We're going to show you the semi-pro feature. Put a comment down below. Let us know you're tuned in, who you're cheering for, maybe what the temperature's like at home, because it is a beautiful day here at Citrus County Speedway. And, we're interactive. Share it with your friends. Let them know you're watching some racing. Cameron Bolin, who's your pick for this one?
Well, I always try and stay loyal to my 860 contingent, but I tell you what, it's hard to go against that number 9 of Michael Crafton right now.
He has won the last 2, and yesterday's race got just that little bit wild. I think there were some drivers there that benefited from a couple of positions when the leaders started to tangle. Going to want to head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action here this week as we get ready on day number 4 to go green with the semi-pros.
Green, and it doesn't end after this week. Your subscription go out through the season and see some great racing from all across the land. In front, Michael Crafton, the white car, leading the group behind him, the largest group of racers we have here this week. And Crafton flashes by the start line with the first lap in hand.
It's a battle for position number 3. How about the qualifying effort from Ontario's Mitch Wright? Wright moves to position number 3. Kitzmiller in position number 4, and under fire from Dylan Faulkner in a car number 60. And Lenny, he was one of those drivers that had a unfortunate break near the end of yesterday's feature, looking to get up here and kind of redeem himself a little bit, running back in 5th.
Dylan Faulkner trying to work his way up, but I'm a Mitch Wright fan right now because I'm wearing my Canadian Legends hat. Look at that, right? Remember you got me that?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And it is a Sharpie. Right now, though, Wright is getting pushed to the high side as the 97 of Kitzmiller, Kitsy, pushing the loud pedal that much harder right now than the rest of them.
London McKenzie to the inside. Van Houten in the 09. Chase Van Houten picked up a podium position yesterday. Got a trophy out of that one in the Joe Ryan Race Car 09 as a Thunder Pass. Your leader continues to be Crafton, chased by Christensen. Then this Hornet's Nest is the battle for position number 4. Brody Gunter, Ashton, coming back through the field.
Yes, Brody Gunter started way far back, has been strong all this week, but is slowly making his way up. There's still 20 laps to go. Plenty of time for lots of these drivers to do something. And the yellow flag flies.
So off of turn number 2, car to the inside, and that is the 64. And, well, that's not supposed to be there, Lenny.
No, those things are supposed to be on those things, not dangling on the racetrack.
Yeah, so we saw the fender of the 38. That's Cameron White. There's the 38 itself, and that's a little bit rearranged.
That won't buff out.
It may not.
Yeah. So, Cameron, what is really wrong with this? We know the bodywork's got dinged up, but what can you see there that would prevent him from really having a car that could still compete?
You're starting to look at your front suspension. You're getting back towards the internals now. You probably knocked the toe and alignment out on the front end. You're looking at your radiator to make sure it doesn't have a hole in it. You'd hate to run a motor out of water and lock it up.
Not seeing any kind of smoke. It doesn't look like the officials are pointing to things dripping out of that. How awkward is that hood pointed now upward, and what's the driver's view change like?
It's a very different thing, because your point of reference is off the front hood pin. So you really have to think about how that changes your point of view and everything, even how you judge your entrance and exits to the corners.
But he's got to be careful if he comes up onto another driver that where he thinks his Nerf bar is compared to theirs might have changed, and his plan of attack or pass may have to be a little more carefully, right?
That's exactly it.
As you see the work area going on, I do see a Legends Nation shirt in there, and Styx Buckley is watching, and he asked, he says, I'm getting my fitness going up and down the stairs. Why isn't Lenny doing it? Well, Lenny is wanting to be into the air conditioning, right, Lenny? You don't want to be down. It is beautiful out here, but it's beautiful out here. I'm trying to work on my tan to take it home, right?
Styx, I am in my motorsports lounge mindset today. So I'm staying up here. Let Tim go down there. I'll be at my vintage motorsports lounge. Remember when Styx had that deal going?
Cody Hall says, go 77 Speed Shop or anyone with the number 28. Cody, we miss you down here. We wish you were here racing with us. And Kelly Nealon says, let's go Cole Roby. The driver from Windham, Maine, currently scored in position number 8. We get ready to go back to the green flag as the field doubles up. This is the semi-pros. Head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action. Your control car is the 9 of Kraft, and all 3 wins so far this week have gone to that front row with Christensen winning on Monday. Green flag flies, and we're back underway as they funnel it down into turn number 1. It is close in the middle of this pack. Couple of bumpers being exchanged, and the 22 of Burgess goes around and gets hit by JT Poole. Poole had nowhere to go there, Lenny, and I think he just the cars one way, the other way. The 23 of Lowe's also around. We'll get a look at the replay in just a moment, Lenny, but man, nowhere to go for JT Poole.
No, and the white stuff in between those orange bricks is not cotton candy up there. That's just as hard as the orange one, so you don't want to just yank on the wheel and go that way if you don't have to. But a great job for the 26 getting on the binders and not, just door slamming the 22.
Cameron, I think, I don't know how or where exactly Poole hit him. If it's in the door in front of that rear wheel, he might be okay. We'll take a look here and see what happens. Low, it's the 81 of Hunter Jordan, and we take a look at that one more time. Interested to see where that hit, if it was in front of that left rear wheel.
Just the typical restart stack up, right? You get everybody that gets a good restart, and then you got others that are fighting for the bottom that might stack your line. Not as hard of a hit as I expected there on Poole, but just kind of slid in and grazed him a little bit, I guess you'd say.
But did you see how the left front skidded along? He's got to have some kind of flat spot or a problem with the left front, wouldn't you think? Will that affect how he drives the rest of the race?
It's hard to say on these Legends car tires. We're so used to having a left front lockup or a right front lockup. During the race.
It's not like a late model or a cup car. The tire would be a bit softer.
Yeah, it's a little bit more forgiving.
I got you. Oh, speaking about forgiving, look at that.
There's a big hammer.
First sighting of the day.
So Chris East told me earlier, Lenny, as we take a look at the work area with Deshay going on, Chris East told me if any of the redhead cars were in the work area today, he would bring out the big hammer just for us.
Yeah. And we don't want the redhead cars to find any damage, but we're going to be cheering on that big hammer if it happens.
We have a comment on the look-in for Cameron Boland. Cameron, do you have any T-shirts left? And if so, Laura Lee Blackburn wants one.
We can make it happen.
Okay. Yeah. David Deshay is cheering on Devin Deshay, and I'm sure didn't really appreciate that car in the work area, but they'll get that car back out here, I'm sure, as it flies by in front of us. Field is doubled up, and what do you got?
I did catch it out of the corner of my eye. It's an unfortunate deal. JT Poole did take it off of turn 2, so the damage might have been a little bit more internal. 2 races made, 2 early exits, so hopefully Poole's got one more shot tomorrow to turn the luck around.
But Cameron, considering where he was last year, you'd have to think that's a win, right?
That's exactly right. Every race made is a win, for sure.
Field.
Guys, I'm keeping my eye on the gray car on the inside, Kitzmiller. I know the front 2 are fast, but Kitzmiller's having one of his better runs so far this week. We'll see what he can do from 3rd.
Green flag, and that might be a little lazier than what we've seen from Bubbles Bronson. I think that's a jump from Aiden Christensen, and a caution flag will come out as Christensen stomps the brakes on down the back straightaway. That's one of those finger-wagging moments, I believe, Lenny, from Kyle McGowan upstairs, and a flag-pointing moment from Bubbles Bronson.
Yeah, you're getting a shaky finger there, and, you know, it'll happen in big-time auto racing. You gotta go for it, and sometimes you hit the pedal a little bit earlier than the officials would have wanted. Right now, they got to hit it at the right time, because when they make the turn, they'll be looking up at Bubbles Bronson and hoping for a real wild green. We've got it, and they're back on it.
Down into turn number 1, it's Crafton leading. So, hello, 3 wide. Here comes Faulkner to the inside, bringing lightning London McKenzie in the 95. Christensen trying to hold on. Great job at a turn number 4. Ashton, he's looking to pick up 3rd.
Christensen got stuck on the outside of that 3 wide attempt, but was able to save it and get up to 3rd. Lightning London up in 4th with a pack of Joe Ryan cars behind him.
They are 3 wide in the middle of
drivers up front, both white cars from the Volunteer State.
Yeah, 3 wide in the middle of this pack, Lenny. These drivers are wasting little time going at it, and they are working on something in the back of the field, and they found it. Yellow flag is out.
You are right. They were trying hard to get somebody to spin or break a fender or something, and Woolridge ended up being it.
Yeah,
maybe a flat tire.
Yeah, that's our driver from beautiful Prince Edward Island, and I can see a little bit as that concrete dust maybe up the side of that right rear tire is John Kelly.
Oh, you mean below the Tim's Corner decal on the car there?
Yes, those are on there, and I know Scott Conway and the folks at Conway's are looking over our look-in, so say hello to Scott and those busy people in Truro, Nova Scotia. But we talked about the geography on some of our shows, Lenny. Prince Edward Island, beautiful place, Oyster Bed Speedway. I know some of their officials are actually here this week watching over Winter Nationals and everything else. We got Cooper Gall in the work area. Bocaley in the work area in the 27N.
You talk about geography.
Yes.
The driver next to you from South Carolina.
Yep.
Got the accent, the whole deal.
Yep.
But do you know that he ran and won at one of the most New York tracks there is, Riverhead, right?
Yeah. Tell
what
us
was
about
that experience like?
Once you get told so many times that, hey, I like your accent, it starts to settle in a little bit.
So partial replay here. Woolridge in the 0, Gall in the 8. Is it broke? It's broke already by the looks of it, because that's unless he had a little bit of help to get it. Oh, he might have.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye. They tried to start wrecking off of turn 4. We were 3 to 4 wide, and about that time, yeah, you see the 3 to 4 wide there with Mazzo and all the others, Brockhouse in there. Just where it worked out. Poor Tanton Woolridge winds up in the concrete.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Woolridge. That team works hard, and good to see him finally make a trip to Winter Nationals to showcase his talents, but this one not going the way he wanted to. Picked up a podium finish yesterday here at Citrus. If you're watching us on uslegendcars.tv, you're watching us on our live look, and you're going to want to head to that website and get the full week of racing. Championship day tomorrow. We see Dave is over there on that tire, trying to replace that tire. Caden Tufts and potential tech inspector of the year, Ed Owens, looking over that race car.
He's really thrown in a good pitch so far, and there's Paul.
We've had a request on the look-in to see Paul Strickland Jr. from Brandon Campbell. He wanted to see Mr. Paul holding a camera. There he is.
That's it.
There we go. We got some Canadians over there as well. I believe that's the 2 team over there in that area. But we're getting ready to go back to racing. It's been a little bit of a rough and tumble start to this semi-pro race, but Lenny, we've got 8 laps completed. It's no, never mind. Yellow flag in the hand of Bubbles Bronson.
Yeah, not happening this time.
Nope.
The 2 Tennessee drivers up front going to have to wait at least one more circuit.
So they will go one more time. An opportunity for these drivers to go back green momentarily, collect their thoughts. Crafton Faulkner, your front row. Christensen and McKenzie. There's our other 2 boys on the camera. There's Steve and Bobby. And
that's Bobby Hucks from Fayetteville in the blue shirt?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Green flag
that's
flies.
Good times.
Yes, green flag flies. We are back underway as they go side by side for position number 2. The 24 of Aiden Christensen, looking at the driver from Tennessee to the outside. The 60 of Faulkner as they go at it for that runner-up spot. Kitzmiller, Van Houten, as there's a fender in the middle at turn number 4. We stay green. I think it's up and out of the way. Lenny, what do you think?
For now it is. Let's see if it stays up there or has a thought from maybe a car driving by it. But right now, all good. Let's keep hustling. 15 laps to go. 15 laps to go. Michael Crafton leading Aiden Christensen. Isaac Kitzmiller got himself that 3rd position. Oh,
trouble.
Now we got a car 2.
That's Cameron White in the 38 and Devin Deshay in the 64, and that will draw the yellow flag one more time with 10 laps completed. Work area busy. That's Josh Parsons in the 09 in the work area, and got a couple of folks running towards that car. As
you know why you only see Ed over in that area and not Mark Turner?
Why is that?
Because it's called a work area.
I think Mark Turner's over here sitting down in the tech area. That's the tech area at the top of the building. Oh, yeah.
That is him.
He is making sure that blue canister, table, whatever, stays upright.
He's a legend at casual living.
Yeah, you see Tanton Woolridge out of his car in the work area. He is done talking to Dave and Kenny Jr. And Parsons in the Nicholas Scola car is going to head back to the racetrack. So quick job there, but a couple of cars going around. I was going to say Cameron White. I think that was the 2nd fender that Cameron White lost. That was the one that was up in turn number 4. But field is working by, and I believe we are getting close to going back to racing. I believe also we have exhausted our 3 attempts at a double file, so this should be a single file restart. You're watching us on Facebook, uslegendcars.tv, place to go. We still have several features to go. We saw it in the work area. Cameron Brexton Bush is up next in the Bandit division. Green flag flies, and we're back underway with 15 to go. Single file Christensen on the back bumper of the 9 of Michael Crafton.
Christensen has had his sights set on taking a win away from Crafton. He'd love to get it done here in these laps before we get to 10 to go. We've got 14 to go right now, and Christensen on the move on the inside.
Aiden Christensen trying to pick up the lead on the 9 of Michael Crafton. It's been back and forth with these drivers all week long. And oh, by the way, here comes one of those Joe Ryan race car entries with another one in tow. Kitzmiller and Van Houten going for the lead down into turn number 1, Lenny.
It's the tag team of Kitzmiller and Van Houten. The gray cars on the inside going to go for a double play on the 9 of Crafton and set sail to go after Aiden Christensen. Down in the corner number 1, out of 2 quickly, and he's got to move quickly because here comes Kitzmiller.
Isaac Kitzmiller has this thing figured out. He's got a lot of speed in that Joe Ryan race car this afternoon. We have crossed the halfway point in this one. 14 to go, 11 laps to go, 14 completed. Deshay around in a turn number 4, trying to back it into the infield. Won't get there in time. Yellow flag will fly.
Kitzmiller's dad, a champion in the Stock Car Super Cup Series.
There you go.
Devin DeShayes and the no good, terrible, horrible, very bad day continues. You hate to see that for the driver of the 64. Close-knit workers with the 860 camp.
And I did see a black flag come out. I think that may be for the third caution, maybe for that 64, and he is definitely going off in 2. So Deshay done for the afternoon. But at the end of the day, Cameron, that's racing. Sometimes you have days like this.
That Scott Corman used to tell us during the drivers' meeting, when it's not your day, it's not your day.
It's always John Kelly's day. Is he going to go down there and what's he? That's where he's going to sit for this moment. So, Lenny, that is, by the way, Tech Inspector of the Year, John Kelly.
It is. And, I'm poking at Mark Turner, but yeah, I'm sure he is reading chapter and verse, scripture of the rules before he texts anybody through there. That's what he is. He is doing while he is living the casual life sitting there.
Rolled up green in the hand of Bubbles Bronson. We are 17 minutes expired on the time limit. This is a 25-lap or 25-minute race, whatever comes first. These drivers should be okay if they get the green flag laps in. As the green flag flies down into turn number 1, it's Christensen, Kitzmiller, and Van Houten. Look at Kitzmiller to the inside. Isaac Kitzmiller looking for the lead.
Kitsy not okay with second. He wants the lead. He wants to put that gray machine up front for the dojo. Joe Ryan Osborne. Kitsy is on the move. He's got a nose out in front coming out of 2. Isaac Kitzmiller is your race leader.
And Aiden Christensen goes to the back bumper to try to take it away from Isaac Kitzmiller. 9 laps to go. This time, Christensen looks to the inside. Kitzmiller gives him a little bit of room as they will race wheel to wheel down the back. Kitzmiller right there. And here comes Dylan Faulkner for the lead. Lenny, it's a 3-way dance.
A 3-way dance. Kitzmiller may have pulled the trigger a bit too early. Christensen now will pull him out of corner number 2. Kitzmiller and Faulkner, second and third. Oh, problems.
And we've got the 31 of Sam Mazzo knocking on the door of Brody Gunter, and that will draw the yellow flag on this one. Yellow is out. One of the drivers out of the Mullins Motorsports camp, the 31 of Sam Mazzo, and 5:10 for the 01. And you said earlier, Lenny, about the dojo. I think we got some of them over here.
Yeah, the hand signals there. It looks like think. So hopefully Kitzmiller will do what the crew is telling him.
I'm glad you can read the sign language and not me.
Well, they're using 2 fingers into their temples. Usually that's good, not the other digit by itself.
Looking at our look-in, we had Cyril P. Harvey watching earlier this week. Lenny, we have his nephew Dan Harvey watching, former legend car driver in his own right. Want to say hello to Danny as you take a look at the replay here. Mazzo and Gunter already into it there. Burgesson has to take evasive action to get by, as does Cooper Gall. But good to see. It doesn't look like a whole lot of damage unless there's something that's awry there. Both cars are clear of the scene in turn number 1, and one of them is in the work area. That is Brody Gunter in the 510 car.
Where do those guys that you were talking about that are watching us, where's their home track?
That would be Scotia Speed World. Danny is... we call him semi-retired. He hasn't raced with us in a year or so, but 2 great legend car drivers in their own right. Miss Cy being at the race. He used to come to Winter Nationals every year, and miss him down here, but he does do some racing still at home, and Cy's also been doing some horse racing as well. So mixing in the horses under the hood and the horses in front in the sulky. Field is getting ready to come back to green in just a few laps. Work area appears to be clear as Gunter is back on the racetrack. Mazzo has rejoined at the back of this conga line of semi-pros. We have 17 laps completed. We have 21 minutes expired on the time limit. So we still got a couple of moments to get this race done, and a couple of moments on the live look-in on Facebook. Head to uslegendcars.tv to see all the racing action this afternoon, and of course later on to close off championship day tomorrow. Christensen, Lenny leads him to green.
Monday's winner out front. Kitzmiller, who led a lap or 2 earlier, right there on the rear nerf bar. And here comes the Tennessee driver, Faulkner, bringing his volunteer state mate, Crafton, who's got a pair of wins already this week, right with him. The 2 white cars go after it.
Christensen, Faulkner, Kitzmiller, Crafton, McKenzie, your top 5. Faulkner on the inside of Kitzmiller, and Crafton gaining way 3 wide for second.
3 wide, how's it going to work? Oh, it's not working for Faulkner.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. That was a close call for a few of those drivers on the outside as the yellow flag flies, and Faulkner again, Lenny, after yesterday, late race misfortune for the 60, and it looks like that there's it's a long road to hoe to get back to the front if you're the 60 now.
Yeah, long climb there, just 3 wide. He was in the middle. One of them's going to touch you somewhere. You're going to touch one of them. Not the place to be at that point in the corner.
So they'll find their way to the back of the field. We have 6 to go. We'll take a look at the replay. 3 wide. Cameron, you've been in this situation before. Typically, it doesn't work.
Normally, it doesn't work. I'm very surprised and, impressed that they made it as far through the corner as they did. But, coming off of 4, the wall comes at you. So at some point, you have to get your real estate that you have on the racetrack back. And I think that's what happened there. Just kind of a misjudgment of trying to get all the real estate there.
And we are getting ready to come back to the green flag. It's 6 laps remaining for the semi-pros. Christensen and Kitzmiller lead them back to green. We'll see if we can get this thing to the checkered flag. The 97 of Kitzmiller on the back bumper. Lenny of the 24, Christensen into 3.
Well, Kitzmiller sandwiched between the 2 drivers that have all the wins so far this week. And here comes Crafton in the white number 9. He had a look to the inside, stays there down at the bottom of the racetrack. Kitzmiller won't let him take the spot just yet, but 9 of Crafton going to work him once again on the inside.
Crafton back to 2nd, Kitzmiller back to 3rd. Kitzmiller wants it back, though, on the back bumper. The 9 of Michael Crafton. They all slide, and here comes London McKenzie. McKenzie on the back bumper, looking for at least Lenny position number 2.
He really is. Kitzmiller in that gray car, trying to hold off the Lightning. And we've got 3 laps to go. When they come by, it'll be just 2 quick circuits. Can Kitzmiller hold on? And now we got trouble in the back.
81 and 5X. They continue on. That's Jordan and Martinez as we have 2 laps to go. Aiden Christensen continues to step out with the lead. Crafton in 2nd, Kitzmiller in 3rd. Cole Roby making a late race charge at the white flag. Final lap for Aiden Christensen. Leads them down into 1 and 2. Picked up the win on Monday afternoon. Had a little bit of trouble yesterday, but rebounds. And through 3 and 4, the 24 of Aiden Christensen picks up his 2nd win of the week in the semi-pro division.
Crafton, Kitzmiller, Van Houten, and McKenzie shown as the top 5. Congrats to them. And a 2-car battle for the most wins that'll be settled tomorrow. Both Christensen and Crafton are 1st and 2nd place finishers today, the ones with the wins from this week. Going to get a conversation down on start-finish line in Victory Lane here at the INEX Winter Nationals, Citrus County Speedway, Inverness, Florida, on USLegendCars.tv. We appreciate everybody tuned in. We got a happy driver coming out of the race car.
Christensen is your winner. Aiden, let's chat about this. Monday was a close race, had a little bit of rain. This one here, you had a little opportunity to pull away. How big is this win, 2nd one of the week?
It's great. Mark Narstead, Chad, Dad, and Nathan, they gave me the car to win all week. I've just kept screwing up my qualifying and starting on the outside and getting screwed up there. But figured out the qualifying, got a better start today, and ended up winning.
2 wins at Citrus at the Winter Nationals. How huge is this for a team from Nova Scotia that traveled how many hours to get here?
Yeah, it's great. Come 36 hours all this way. Never got a win in a bando here, but it feels even better in a legend car.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Aiden Christensen, your winner in the semi-pros. That's going to do it on our look-in. Head to USLegendCars.tv to see all the racing action. If you're watching us on Facebook, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the other side. Brexton Bush and the Bandits are up next.
Nice run for Aiden Christensen. You see from the drone shot, been a fantastic week of drone shots, a new addition to the broadcast for the USLegendCars.tv. Nice handshake from Tim Terry, and he'll bound his way back up top. Next up, the Bandits. Brexton Bush, James Faulkner, Gerald White III, and Wyatt Coffey, Harley Johnson and Landon Thrasher, Bentley Thompson, James Benke, row number 4, Wesley Baumeister, and Evan Johnson, row number 5, Jack Smith, Billy Lee, row 6, Camden Truitt, and Luca Dibb will be in row 7, row 8, Bryson Carlbert, Hudson Ruff, Jordan Bauer, Delaney Gray, row number 9, and Chris Flynn to round out the field.